Hi, this is Grace Power with My Gold Sugar, and this is the 8th video on a series of 10 videos on how to get started with sugaring. Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare the skin for sugaring to get the best results. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is exfoliation. When you are sugaring, the sugar actually will pick up any of the dead skin that's on the area that you're sugaring. So especially I've noticed on legs, when I'm doing legs, because it tends to be one of the least exfoliated areas of our bodies, it just has a lot of dead skin. So as I'm sugaring, the ball of sugar will actually start to turn white, and that white color is mostly the dead skin cells, that it's picking up while it's sugaring. So what happens though is that as you're sugaring, if it gets too white, if you start to get so much dead skin cells into your ball of sugar, it doesn't work very well. It stops the stickiness. It doesn't pick up the hairs as well. So then you have to throw that ball away and get another ball of sugar, and you'll find that you go through much more sugar because of the dead skin cells. So one way to have your sugar last longer, and going through less and less balls of sugar while you're doing the larger areas especially, is to exfoliate the skin prior. So most of the time, if people have kind of sensitive skin, you might want to do this the day before, so that you're not exfoliating the skin with like a scrub or something, and then the next day sugaring, which is also going to exfoliate the skin. So a lot of times I'll recommend to people to do it the day before or the night before in the shower. So one way to exfoliate, it's my favorite way to exfoliate, is to use exfoliation gloves. And I actually have a pair of these. Are the ones that I've had for a long time. But you just put the gloves on your hands, and these have kind of a coarse feeling. In fact, when I first started using them, I thought it was kind of rough, like it kind of hurt. And now my body's gotten used to it, and it didn't take very long, like just a few different times using it. Now I actually look forward to that feeling, because it just feels like it's really just getting the skin, the dead skin off. But they are pretty coarse, so you'll notice that. We do sell these gloves on our website as well, at the mypinkweek.com store. And so if you're interested in getting these gloves, they're $5, and they work really well, and they last a long time. They're quality gloves. But I just love to use these, and you don't necessarily need product with them, but I usually do like to put a body wash with it. I just feel like it works a little bit better and smells better, and just kind of nice to have those bubbles and suds going along with the exfoliation process. But you can really use these once you get used to that feeling of scrubbing, you can really scrub pretty well and just do like circles on your legs and on your arms, especially areas that you're going to be sugaring, but even the areas that you're not going to be sugaring, it's just a nice treatment. But especially if you're getting ready to sugar, you want to exfoliate. Even doing the face can help, and bikini area, any area that you're going to be exfoliating, go ahead and use the gloves on. So that's one way. Now, if you don't have the gloves, you can also use a washcloth. A washcloth is actually pretty scrubby, and it'll get a lot of those dead skins off. You can use a dry brush, and dry brush is something you don't have to do in the shower. I mean, it's actually a dry brush, so you would do it outside the shower. And one thing with dry brushing, if you haven't done it before, or you haven't been told this before, it's good to go up, like let's say you're doing your legs, go up, so that you're kind of actually stimulating the lymph system at the same time. So it's kind of like a therapeutic treatment in a way. But if you do go up, it just helps the lymphatic system as well. And if you're doing your arms, you kind of go up this way, and it pushes that lymph and flush. It kind of is like a detox as well. So the dry brushing is not only exfoliating the skin, which is nice, but can actually have some other health benefits. So that's another thing you could do. And then there's always the traditional products. There's glycolic products, you know, if it has a glycolic acid, that's going to exfoliate. Salicylic acid exfoliates. Anything with a scrub, like a apricot scrub or pumice scrub, any of those things is great. The one thing that you'll keep in mind if you are using a scrub, you don't want to use the scrub right before sugaring, because most scrubs have like a oil in them, and the oil is going to make it so the sugar won't stick to the skin, and you do want the sugar to stick to the skin. In fact, that brings me to another point with preparing for sugaring, is to cleanse the skin of all oils, lotions, makeup, anything that's on the skin. You want it off the skin. And if you do have oils, you'll want to use soap or, you know, some type of detergent kind of thing. You don't want to just use water to get the oil off, because that's not going to really lift the oil or the lotions out of the skin. So using a soap or something, even something as strong as alcohol, just to make sure the skin is completely rid of any oils or lotions, because that's going to affect the sugar working and pulling the hair out. It really has to be dry and clean and free of any oils. One thing that helps with that, especially on sweaty areas of the body, like an underarm, a bikini line, or sometimes even men's backs or chests, they can just tend to sweat. You will want to put some powder on those, especially on those areas of the skin. So the powder you can use, we're actually coming out with our own powder in the near future, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, you could use like a baby powder, or cornstarch works, and most people have cornstarch in their cupboards. So that's another good one you can use. And the powder, mostly it's to dry up any body fluids, you know, like a sweat under the arms and things like that. But it also can help protect the sensitive skin areas. So if you're doing like an upper lip, let's say, or an eyebrow, it doesn't hurt to put that little bit of powder on the skin after you've cleansed it, just to give that little barrier protection, you know, between the sugar and the skin. So if you are doing sugaring, one of the benefits is that you can usually go over the area multiple times. But if you're doing a sensitive spot, before you go over it too many times, you'll probably want to apply some powder again, just to make sure that you're not hurting the skin. And if you're doing yourself, you're going to be able to kind of feel when you're sensitive, and you know what hurts and what's not. If you're doing a customer, you're going to be wanting to watch for signs like redness in the skin. You know, of course, their reaction, or just asking them, is your skin, you know, throbbing, or does it feel irritated, or that kind of thing, because you don't want to go over and over so many times that you actually cause irritation or added inflammation. But anyways, I'm kind of getting off subject, but as far as the prep, the powder is an important part, and exfoliation, and I think that covers it. So if you have any more questions about how to prepare the skin before doing sugaring, let us know. You can go to mygoldsugar.com and fill out the comment form and send that in, and we'll make sure to answer you. You can also call us on our phone number, it's on the website, or email us at mypinklink1@gmail.com. In the meantime, stay tuned for our next video, which I will be discussing the strip method with sugaring and how to use the strip method. See you in the next video.